Discovering a pregnancy is a significant and emotional moment, but you don't always have to wait for a missed period for the first signs to show up. For many women, the body starts talking earlier than expected, revealing subtle clues that something different is happening. But is it really possible to notice pregnancy even before missing a period? The answer is yes. By paying attention to small details, some symptoms can appear in the first days after conception. These signs, often confused with premenstrual symptoms, can be the first indication of a new life developing. In this video, we'll explore 5 of the most common symptoms that may appear even before a missed period that you might not have noticed yet. But before we dive into the symptoms, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos and stay updated on this incredible pregnancy journey. Breast sensitivity. One of the first signs of pregnancy that many women report before a missed period is breast sensitivity. In the first days after conception, levels of hormones like progesterone and estrogen begin to rise rapidly, preparing the body for pregnancy. This causes a series of changes in the breasts, including increased sensitivity, swelling, and even a heavy feeling. While many women are used to some breast discomfort before their period, pregnancy-related sensitivity tends to be more intense. There might be a sensation of pain when touched, or even constant sensitivity throughout the day, which is different from the usual premenstrual discomfort. Additionally, other changes can appear, such as darkening of the areolas and the appearance of small bumps around the nipples, signs that the body is already preparing for breastfeeding, even in its early stages. If you're trying to get pregnant and feel this unusual sensitivity, it's worth paying attention, especially if other symptoms appear. To relieve discomfort, wearing comfortable, well-fitted bras can be a good solution, as well as avoiding tight clothing that presses on the area. Although this symptom is not exclusive to pregnancy, it can be one of the first hints that something different is happening in your body. Unusual fatigue and tiredness. Another common symptom that may appear even before a missed period is a persistent feeling of tiredness and fatigue. For many women, this unexplained exhaustion is one of the first signs that something is different. Even if the level of activity hasn't changed, the body starts showing signs of exhaustion right after conception, and the reason for this is the high production of progesterone. Progesterone, one of the essential hormones in pregnancy, has a sedative effect on the body. As progesterone levels increase to support the pregnancy, the body starts adapting to nurture the developing embryo. This can cause extreme tiredness, as if it's hard to keep your eyes open or have the energy to do simple daily activities. Even a good night's sleep might not be enough to ease this fatigue. It's important to note that pregnancy-related fatigue is different from tiredness caused by a busy day or lack of rest. It's usually deeper and more persistent, possibly lasting all day. Additionally, the body is using more energy to support the baby's early development, which also contributes to this feeling of exhaustion. To cope with this tiredness, it's essential to listen to your body and rest whenever possible. Maintaining a balanced, nutrient-rich diet can also help keep energy levels up. Though this fatigue can be bothersome, it's a positive sign that your body is adjusting to accommodate the new life ahead. Are you experiencing any of these symptoms? Share in the comments to help other women. Increased urination. Increased urination is another early pregnancy sign that can show up before a missed period. While many associate this change with the stage when the uterus is larger and pressing on the bladder, this symptom can appear much earlier, within the first weeks after conception. Right after the embryo implants, the body starts producing the hormone human chorionic gonadotropin, HCG, which is responsible for many early pregnancy symptoms, including the need to urinate more frequently. HCG increases blood flow to the pelvic area, which affects bladder function. Even without significant uterine growth, this increased circulation can create a frequent urge to urinate, even if fluid intake hasn't changed. This symptom can be especially noticeable at night, when many women find they need to get up more often to use the bathroom. While it can be inconvenient, it's a common and completely normal sign in the early days of pregnancy. To manage frequent urination without becoming dehydrated, it's important to maintain good fluid intake throughout the day. However, cutting back on diuretic beverages like coffee and tea might help reduce the frequency. Like other symptoms, this one varies from woman to woman, but if it appears alongside other signs, it could be an early indication of pregnancy. Nausea and sensitivity to smells. The famous morning sickness is one of the most well-known pregnancy symptoms, but not everyone knows that nausea can occur even before a missed period. For some women, this queasy feeling may appear just days after conception, accompanied by heightened sensitivity to smells and tastes. Despite being called morning sickness, Nausea can happen at any time of the day. The main culprit behind this symptom is HCG, the hormone responsible for other early pregnancy signs. The sudden rise in this hormone can alter how the digestive system works, making women more prone to feeling nauseous. In addition, elevated estrogen levels can heighten sensitivity to smells, causing previously unnoticed odors to become unbearable or unpleasant. Strong smells like perfume, coffee, cigarette smoke, or certain foods can trigger nausea. Some women even develop aversions to foods they used to enjoy, while others experience unexpected food cravings. To ease these symptoms, try eating light, frequent meals throughout the day, avoiding long periods of fasting. Eating dry crackers or light snacks before getting out of bed can help control morning nausea. Staying hydrated and avoiding strong smells can also provide some relief. While uncomfortable, nausea is usually a sign that the body is adjusting healthily to pregnancy. If you're enjoying this content, give it a like so we know we're on the right track with our videos. Implantation cramps. Implantation cramps are one of the early pregnancy signs that some women notice even before a missed period. This symptom occurs when the fertilized egg attaches to the uterine wall, a process known as implantation. This can cause a mild cramping sensation, often resembling menstrual cramps but usually less intense. Implantation cramps typically occur between 6 and 12 days after conception, when the embryo is settling in the endometrium, the uterine lining. Many women describe this as a feeling of pressure or mild cramps in the lower abdomen. In some cases, it may be accompanied by light spotting, a short and mild form of bleeding that differs from regular menstruation. Though these cramps are normal and expected, they can easily be mistaken for premenstrual pain, making it hard to distinguish without other symptoms. However, when noticed alongside signs like breast sensitivity and fatigue, they can strongly indicate an ongoing pregnancy. To manage implantation cramps, usually, no intervention is needed as they're mild and temporary. If they cause discomfort, resting and staying hydrated can help. If the cramps become intense or are accompanied by significant bleeding, it's important to consult a doctor to ensure everything is progressing as expected. Mood swings and irritability. Mood swings and irritability are symptoms that many women experience early in pregnancy, even before missing a period. Just like with premenstrual syndrome, PMS, hormones play a key role in triggering these emotional shifts. However, the hormonal fluctuations related to pregnancy, especially increased levels of progesterone and estrogen, can intensify these feelings even more. Many women report feeling more emotionally sensitive, alternating between moments of joy and sadness, or sometimes crying without any clear reason. Irritability is also a common symptom, with everyday situations causing more stress than usual. The body is going through a series of quick, intense changes, and the hormones are working to create the ideal environment for the embryo's development, which can lead to an emotional roller coaster. Though these mood swings can be unsettling, remember that they're a normal response to the early stages of pregnancy. Differentiating pregnancy-related mood swings from typical PMS ones can be challenging, but if these emotional episodes come with other signs like fatigue and breast sensitivity, they may be a sign that your body is preparing for something bigger. To manage these emotional shifts, it's important to practice self-care. Getting enough sleep, doing relaxing activities, and avoiding excessive stress can help minimize symptoms. Sharing your feelings with loved ones or a healthcare professional can also bring relief and emotional support during this uncertain time. Identifying the signs of a possible pregnancy before missing a period can be tricky, but the body often starts sending subtle hints just days after conception. Breast sensitivity, unexplained fatigue, increased urination, nausea, and mood swings are some of the most common symptoms that can indicate a developing pregnancy. These signs, although they can be mistaken for premenstrual symptoms, have their own unique qualities and deserve special attention. However, it's important to remember that every body is unique, and not all women will experience these symptoms in the same way. If you're paying attention to these signs and suspect a possible pregnancy, a definitive confirmation can only be made with a pregnancy test or a doctor's visit. The most important thing is to listen to what your body is trying to tell you and take the next steps calmly and carefully. If you enjoyed this content, subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot to us. A big hug.